Right, I think we're live. And as usual, the chat isn't working. So thank you very much for joining me. I need to get this fixed at some point. I don't know what it is. I thought I'd fixed it the weekend and then it keeps going again. So there we go. And the chat is up. Excellent. Right, thank you very much for all joining me. Part 2 of Freeway Fighter. Most of you in the chat, I think, were here yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, we're going to carry on from where we left off. So if you don't want any spoilers, I wouldn't watch this video. I'd go back and watch yesterday's video first, which was about an hour and a half. Anyway, we're going to jump straight in and carry on from where we left off. I've written 207 down on here, so I think that's where we were. And I say if you don't want any spoilers, watching these videos is an entire spoiler because you're actually seeing what's going to happen. But since the book's 35 years old, I figured that it was okay to do some spoilers of it. Right, so yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Off we go. 207. Previously on Freeway Fighter, what happened? We won the race. That was it. That was a really big part of the thing, which took us ages. We won the race and we won some fuel, which is why I've written fuel there. Right, rev your engines. We're off. 207. You flash past a handwritten sign which reads, "Pete makes engines sweet, 1 mile to the left." You slow down as you approach a stone building with a corrugated iron workshop attached to it, which has the words "Spark Plug Pete" painted on a billboard on top of the roof. There are a few parked cars on the forecourt, and as you come to a halt, a thin, pale man appears from the workshop wearing an oily blue mechanic's overall and a baseball cap. He waves and says, "Nice car. Pretty fast, I guess, but not as fast as old Pete can make it. If you're interested, I like payment in credits and goods. I'll do a good job for you." Okay, we have options. And for those people who weren't here yesterday, this is an interactive stream. So we can either stop and let the mechanic modify your engine. If you want me to do that, put the word Pete in the chat. Or if you would rather refuse his offer politely and continue your journey south, do something else. So it's either Pete or refuse. Okay, so they are the two choices, Pete or refuse. Are we going to let Pete super our car and do a good job on it? Or are we going to refuse his offer and politely and continue our journey south? Not politely, carry on. Refuse his offer politely and continue your journey south. Right. I will get a drink while you're deciding. And let's see what we've got. Pete. Right. Okay. So I think we're going with Pete. Which is good because, you know, the first time you play through these, you kind of want to see stuff. So we're going to stop to let the mechanic modify our engine. Turn to 28. Okay, 28. You drive onto Pete's forecourt and park the Interceptor inside the workshop. Pete quickly examines the engine and says that the acceleration of the Interceptor could be improved by the addition of a supercharger. He tells you that the cost will be 100 credits plus some medicine. If you are able to and wish to give Pete 100 credits and 2 packs from your medkit, turn to 141. If you want to or have to decline his offer and carry on south, we go there. Okay, let me know what you want me to do. Are we going to pay him? At which point put pay him. Or are we going to carry on south, put south? So they are the two options. Either pay him or go south. Now, we do have 5 lots of medkit left and we are on 28 stamina. So I'm just going to close down something because it's just pinging at me. There we go. I'll close that down and I'll close that down. Right, that should stop pinging at me. Actually, that's a good idea, Mark. Mark has actually just put the number in there. We could have put just the number in there. Still pinging at me. Why is it pinging at me? Oh, that's because I've got 3 lots of messenger windows open. Right, okay. So we have got, he sounds totally legit. Yes. What's in his right hand? I don't know. So pay him, pay up. Did we get the credits back from entering the race? I assume so. Because it cost us 200 credits to enter the race, and I can't remember anywhere that it told us to knock off the 200 credits. So I assume we got our bet back. Right, okay, we are going to give Pete 100 credits and 2 packs from the medkit. If that's wrong, somebody can tell me. Pay him, then mug him. No. I need to add those credits. What do I need to add on? Did we win 200 credits from the race? I remember it said that we had to there you go, 100 credits. Anyway, yeah, I remember it said it's going to cost 200 credits to enter the race, but it didn't actually tell us to knock it off. We won the fuel. So we got no credits from the race. Anyway, I'm doing this. I might be cheating. I'm not sure. So we are going to give him 100 credits and 2 packs from the medkit. Okay, 141. And I've been thinking about this game since we last played, because I'm going to assume that there are multiple options for getting fuel, because the first time we played it, we got to a certain point and it said, if you don't have any petrol, game over. And we found a way of getting petrol, but surely there must be more than one way of getting petrol. Otherwise, it's quite linear. I don't know. Right, 141. You settle down to relax in the shade while Pete busily sets to work on the engine. He taps and bangs away, whistling happily. You drift in and out of light sleep. 2 hours later, he slams down the reinforced engine cover and says, "Okay, she's ready to roll." After giving Pete 100 credits and 2 packs of medical supplies, you start up the Interceptor and accelerate away as fast as possible. You can feel the extra acceleration in your back and smile contentedly. Pete has done a good job. Add 1 luck point and turn to 88. Oh, nice. Okay, so we've gained a luck point because we started on 10. We're currently down on 8. So now we are on 9. I'm also going to sneeze in a minute. Excuse me. Right. So, Peter's done a good job. Add 1. Now, okay, so we're turning to 88. 88 is the same as where we would have gone anyway. We haven't been told to write down that we've got a supercharger, so maybe it was just the +1 luck point. Okay, we will see. Right, 88. It is not long before the green vegetation gives way to more barren terrain, with tufts of dry grass dotted on the top of the stony brown earth. You soon arrive at the edge of the desert, where the road is joined by another main road leading east. Okay, right, we have choices. And this map is actually, we're going to go off the end here, aren't we? We are definitely going to go off the end. I should have been making a better map. That's what I should have been doing. So we have an option here in the chat. We can go east or south. I'm going to sneeze again. Excuse me. Should have muted myself before I did that. Right, okay, so they are the options for the chat. East or south. Oh, dear. He fixed your engine but stole our tyres. I don't think he did. I hope he didn't. Rick's here with Barbara. No, Barbara's not in it yet. But feel free to carry on the backstory with Barbara. Right, we have east, south, south, east. Barbara, south, south, east, east, east. We've currently got 5 for east and 4 for south. So it looks like we're going east. 6 for east. Right, we're going east. We're going east, which is 177. Yeah, I should have made a better map. I might do this. Yeah, sitting down tonight in front of the TV, I might actually get a nice piece of paper out and draw a proper map with numbers on and everything. I used to love making maps. You drive along the edge of the desert for about 80 kilometers until you arrive at a major intersection. The road ahead is blocked with abandoned cars, so you decide to turn right to head south again. Okay, so we've gone along east. I don't know what this 1010 is here. We go along east. We've driven for 80 kilometers, however far that is. Then the road ahead is blocked, so we have to go south. So we're going south onto 46. And that's probably going to come in there. There we go. Okay. 46. Thank you, Mark, for checking my maths on the addition. We did look to see if there was some way that we could do some fancy YouTube chat feature, plugin, whatever, that would actually collate the results, or a website where you could all vote and then it flashed up the thing. But with this many people in the chat, this is working fine. The 1010 was the skill check from the race. Was it? Oh yeah, gosh. That was ages ago. But yeah, with like 6 or 7 votes for each, I think we're okay just keeping an eye on the chat. Of course, if these were really popular and 500 people were watching, this method wouldn't work. We would need something different. Right, 46. The kilometers roll by and the petrol gauge drops relentlessly down until it registers empty again. If you are carrying a full can of petrol inside the Interceptor, yes we are. I'm going to cross it off. I assume we cross it off. because we won it in the race. Turn to 310. If you haven't, I assume it's game over. 310. Okay, you stop the car and pour the contents of the can into the petrol tank. You know that you do not have enough fuel to reach San Anglo and wonder where you will find some more in this desert wilderness. It is a depressing thought which weighs on your mind as you set off again. 115. So yeah, so we need to find some more fuel to get there. That's obviously the core sort of mechanism with this game, is finding enough fuel. Right, I'm going to get into a fight. You drive for an hour, neither seeing nor hearing signs of life, until you notice 2 trails of dust rising into the air, one on each side of the road. They draw closer until you can see what is making the trails. 2 Dune buggies. Both are armed with machine guns and open fire on you as soon as they are in range. Right, so we have the first Dune buggy, which is 7 and then 10. And the second one is 8 and 11. Now, if you remember from last time, our car is pretty beaten up, okay? We have taken 21 damage out of 27. We have 6 points of armour left with no way of repairing it. It's a shame Pete couldn't repair it. So, during this vehicle combat, both buggies will fire separately at you in each attack round, but you must choose which of the 2 you will fire at. This is similar to that shootout. Against the other, you will throw your attack strength as normal, but you will not damage it. Okay, so we might die here, and then we're going to restart again. Of course, if its attack strength is greater, the bullet will cause damage. Right, okay, so off we go. I'm going to put that to one side. I am the yellow dice. Which one should we go for first? I think we need to go for the smaller one, because they both deal exactly the same amount of damage. And it's D6, isn't it, for vehicle combat? Yeah, right. So this silver dice is the damage. And our skill's gone down by 1 because we got shot twice. Okay, so we're going to fight the easier one. So we are at a +2, and I'm the yellow dice. James has got a bad feeling about this. I've actually got a bad feeling about this as well. Stefan, rocket. Yes, rockets. We did say about rockets, didn't we? This might be the time to use the rockets. Thank you. How do you put rocket emojis in chats? I don't do that. Right. Well, I do that. I'd like to do that. I just don't know how you do it. Rockets. Where is the rockets? Here. If during a vehicle combat you wish to launch a rocket at a target instead of firing your machine gun, you may do so before the start of any attack round, remembering to delete 1 rocket from your adventure sheet. A hit will be automatic and will destroy any target. I assume these are 2 separate targets. So we're going to fire 1 rocket, certainly at this one. I think it's 1 rocket per target. Should I use the other rocket? Oh, it's not skill, it's firepower. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so thank you. We're actually on 8. So we are only at +1 against the other one. What should we do? Should we use the other rocket? I'm thinking we should. And actually avoid this fight completely. Yeah, rocket to both. That's what I'm going to do. So 2 rockets, gone. Okay. Done. 194. Easy. I think we're going to get tougher fights later on. That's the problem. Both Dune buggies are ablaze. You decide to get away as quickly as possible. 80 kilometers further south, you see a range of flat-topped hills rising out of the desert sand directly ahead. The road finally ends at the foot of these hills. Looking left and right, you see the road run in straight as an arrow east to west. So, east or west? We've come down here. There are 2 Dune buggies, which is that. It's not a pair of eggs, honestly, right? And we can go east or west. So they're the options in the chat, east or west. Stefan's here with these fancy icons again. Right. East or west? East or west? I wonder if I should come up with a points-based system. I think that's what I'll do. What I might do between games is I'll work out what the average is for each of these and then come up with a points-based system where you basically spend points. It basically means it's a little bit less random. Or I could just go with averages. Averages might be better. Right. So west, 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 east and east. Okay, it looks like it's 7-2 in favour of west at the moment. Yeah, so we're going for west. Right. Where were we? So, now in here it's left and right. So left would be east, so west would be right. So 2-1-1. 2-1-1. What was that? Noises. Oh, audio. I've just realised I've got the noise gate settings turned on. Hopefully it's not too bad. But somebody did point something out on one of my previous videos that it sounds bad. So, because I'm not talking to anybody else today, I've turned the noise gate settings off. Can you hear any difference? Yeah. Is it any different now that I've turned the noise gate off? Noise gate, for those who don't know, basically means that the microphone will only register at a certain volume. So it means if I'm speaking to other people over Skype, I don't have to wear my headphones, and I adjust the noise gate so that their audio isn't picked up by the microphone. But it does mean that when my volume goes below a certain point, it actually cuts off the volume completely. No different. Okay, right. It depends which way the car is facing. What, the microphone? 2-1-1. You soon leave the hills behind, but the road continues to run west. Half an hour later, the engine starts to misfire. Oh no, we can blame Pete. And not much further down the road, it cuts out completely. You get out of the car and diagnose the problem as sand in the carburettor. Just as you have finished cleaning it out, you hear the deep thumping sound of an engine overhead. You look up and see a helicopter hovering above you. It is covered with splashes of fluorescent yellow paint, and you notice that a gunman is sitting in the cockpit next to the pilot. Through a loudspeaker, one of them instructs you to empty all of the Interceptor's missile weapons onto the ground. If you wish to obey them, so that's the first option, obey, or if you wish to jump inside the Interceptor and open fire on the helicopter, so it's either obey or open fire. They are the two options. Now, I don't know which is going to be the right one to do, but it is a helicopter with fluorescent yellow paint. Oh, and Brett's being fancy and he's put a helicopter icon in the, in the chat. Obey, obey, obey. Rick's just put a load of rockets. Open fire, rockets. Obey, they have the drop. They do. If I jump into the Interceptor now, okay, we're evens. Oh no, it was +1 on rockets, but now it's evens. Okay, I think it's still evens. Is it +2 for obey? Because we were evens. It doesn't have guns to open fire, but it doesn't have guns. It does have guns, and there is a gunman sitting in the cockpit next to the pilot. I think we're on obey. I think we are just on obey. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do it this time anyway. Next time we'll open fire. So we're going to obey them. We're going to empty the missiles onto the ground. Let's see if this is the right choice or not. Gulp. Got a bad feeling about this. Any remaining rockets, canisters of oil and canisters of iron spikes must be crossed off your adventure sheet. Okay, so no more rockets, no more iron spikes, no more canisters of oil. The Sky Bandits, oh, okay. So they were bandits. The Sky Bandits tell you to drive off while they are feeling in a generous mood. Next time they will blow up the Interceptor as well as rob your weapons. You curse them under your breath, but obey and drive off west. So it was definitely the wrong thing to do. Lose 2 luck points. Well, we know next time. Next time we'll open fire on them. Turn to 2-1-6. So we got no stuff left. I thought it might have been like a medical chopper or something. Right, 2-1-6. The road eventually ends at a T-junction and you are able to turn left to head south once again. Turn to 243. Okay, so we're going along here, T-junction, and we're going south to 243. And there is a helicopter. How do you draw a helicopter? There you go, helicopter. 243. Okay, on the right side of the road, you see an abandoned police car, half covered by a drift of sand. If you wish to stop to see if there is anything to use inside, anything of use to you inside the car, turn to 109. So the first choice is stop, or if you'd rather keep driving south, 49. So the options are stop or drive. It is a abandoned police car, half covered by a drift of sand. Are we going to stop, or are we going to drive? We still have our machine gun. Yes, we still have our machine gun. Stop, 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 stop. Right, I think we're stopping. Yeah, more stops, 9 stops. Stop, need fuel. Right, we are stopping and investigating the police car. 109. Whoever was driving the car must have taken everything with them when they set off on foot after running out of petrol. You walk round to the back of the car and try to open the boot, but find that it is locked. If you have a crowbar, yes, they didn't steal our crowbar, and wish to prise the boot open, turn to 277. If you would rather give up on the police car and continue your journey south. No, we're going to use the crowbar. We're going to prise the boot open and see what we find. Is there a dead body? Is it Barbara? The boot flies open and inside you find a bulletproof vest. Add 1 look and 1 skill point and put it on under your jacket and return to your car to drive on. So it doesn't say to add it, but I am going to put bulletproof vest. Okay, so nice. So we get a look point and we've got a skill point. So we're back up to 10. Nice. Return to the car to drive on. 49. Okay, yeah, back to 10 skill. 49. Okay, parked in the middle of the road ahead of you is a bizarre looking vehicle. It looks like a pickup truck which has been converted to resemble a Roman chariot. It even has scythes attached to its wheels. A huge bare-chested man wearing a gladiatorial helmet which covers his face is standing at the back of the truck holding on to a double-barreled machine gun. He signals to his driver to drive forward into battle. You have no choice but to fight this new age gladiator. Right, check this guy out. Now this is going to be tough. Yeah. We are going to lose this one. Yeah, odds are we're going to lose this one. This is firepower 9 with armor 15. We only have firepower 8 and we only have 6 points of armor left. So it's 623. This is probably going to be the end of this particular adventure, but I am then going to start again. So off we go. So I'm at -1. -1 on the yellows. I tell you what, I've done it. Just done it. So 5 points of damage. There you go, down to 10. If we're this lucky, it might be all right. If only we had some rockets. Yeah. So to all of you people who said we should obey, what's that? Have we done it again? We've done it again. 8 against 6, and I'm at -1. Oh, it's only 1 damage. But we've done it again. Down to 9. Come on. Yeah. Oh, boo. 4 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've only got 2 hit points left. Oh, sorry, 2 armor left. 10 versus 10. We are dead. Yep. There you go. We are all done. So we got blown up by that one. But we're going to start again. So I'm going to do the same thing as last time. Rather than completely resetting, I'm just going to keep the same stats because, yeah. Otherwise, I think, to be honest, and this is what I said in the first stream, these books are very old school. If you roll low, then you're probably not going to win, and that's one thing that I'm not keen on now with these games is the fact that if you roll low at the start, then your choices don't matter as much. You probably still can't win just because of the bad dice rolls at the start. 35 years ago when I was playing these, it was like, yeah, well, whatever, doesn't matter, not bothered about that at all. Whereas now, it's like, oh, hang on a minute, that's not really right, that you go into a game and before you've even started, you can't actually win it. Or it's very, very difficult for you to win it. Why don't I try a standard array? Yeah, I could do. Baby wipes are great for cleaning the pens off. I don't have any baby wipes. Has anybody got any baby wipes? I'm using a bit of tissue. Yeah, I mean, our skill is higher than normal. Our stamina was higher than normal. Our luck was higher than normal. Our firepower was slightly lower than normal. I think firepower was D6. Plus 6. Yeah, firepower was D6 plus 6. So our firepower wasn't great. Our skill is, yeah, we rolled a 4 for the skill. We rolled a 4 for the luck. We only rolled a 2 for the firepower. Armor. We rolled terrible for the armor, didn't we? Yeah, we rolled really, really bad for armor. That was 24 plus 2d6. So 27 doesn't seem very much. I think even if we had more armor, we probably wouldn't have won that last fight. So let's go again with what we've got, and then I'll see for next time. So we need 4 rockets. I'm just going to put them as triangles. 4 rockets. It was 3 iron spikes. And it was 2 barrels of oil. And it was 200 credits. And we are good to go. Are we all ready? Stamina was lower. Yeah, stamina was lower. Wow, did we roll really bad for stamina as well? I think you're right. I think it was 2d6 plus 24. Yeah, 2d6 plus 24. So we rolled really bad for stamina. We rolled really bad for armor. We rolled good for skill, good for luck, and slightly less than average for firepower. So if we were using a points sort of system, I would probably take 1 off the skill and add 1 to the firepower. So they were both 9. And stamina and armor would probably be a bit higher than they are. Right, this is number 3, Beyond the Thunderdome. Yes. Okay. Question is, are we going to choose different things this time? Are we going to speak to Brenda? It's up to you in the chat. It's completely up to you. Suggestion for mitigation, roll 3 of the required number of middle dice and take the middle value. Yeah. That's a good... I was actually thinking of rolling 2 dice and taking the highest. But I like that suggestion. 3 dice and take the middle value. So I'm not going to do it now, but I'm just gonna see what it would be if we did that. So for skill, we'd roll and we'd take the 4. Yeah, this removes the edges. I really like that idea. Rather than rolling and taking the average of the dice, because that pushes it too much to the bell curve. So luck again would be the middle value. Firepower would be the middle value. Okay, interesting. Right, we're off. Barbara and yes. Well, we'll see when we get there. Okay, so we've set off. We're cruising along. The sound of the shotgun breaks the silence. So what we're going to do right at the start, are we going to get out of the car to investigate, or are we going to drive on? So the first 2 choices are investigate or drive. Now remember, this is the guy who is the builder who is heading towards New Hope. Now we know that because in the 2 previous playthroughs we got out of the car and we spoke to him. But what are we going to do this time? Are we just going to ignore him? Because he didn't actually give us any bonus. All he did was tell us that Joe's garage was dodgy. So yeah, drive. Right, we're going to ignore him. See you, mate. Drive out of the town, turn to 34. Right, so here we go. Here's Barbara. You are soon out of town, zigzagging. Right, okay, so are we going to talk to Barbara then? If so, put Barbara in the chat. Or we put drive. So your two options are Barbara or drive. Leave quick, says Mark. It's up to you. It's up to you. We haven't actually spoken to Barbara yet. She's got a bit of a funny stare. I'm not sure. I'm also just looking at the shadows on the art style. Is this... Who is the artist? While you're deciding Barbara or drive, I'm just thinking the amount of dark shadows on there for a black and white artwork looks very similar to some of the old Judge Dredd stuff. Oh, yeah, so not a great artwork for the front cover. That definitely looks like Tina Turner there. Illustrated by Kevin Bulmer. We'll look him up later on. Right, we have Barbara, drive, Barbara, drive, Barbara. Right, Barbara for another quick restart. Okay, well, we'll see. Right, we're going to speak to... Yeah, hi, can I help you? Yes, turn to 302. Right. This is where she introduces herself, and we do get her name, and it's not Barbara. You open the door and climb out of the Interceptor. As you walk up to the girl, a man with a shaved head jumps out from behind you, from behind one of the pumps, holding a crowbar, and shouts, "Surprise! Let's have your keys and creds. No funny business unless you want to get hurt." If you wish to give him your keys and credits, I don't think we should do that. If you would rather fight him with your knife, turn to 48. Are we going to fight him? If you want me to fight him, put fight. Or if you want me to give him your keys and credits, put keys. Okay. Jill says she's been moderated. I don't know why. I don't have the YouTube chat open, but that would be unusual. But I have seen that before. I know Bez is in the some of my chats, and Bez gets stuff moderated. So maybe Vicky's downstairs approving you. I'm not sure why, Jill. It's nothing I've done. But it does happen now and again. I'm not sure why. Okay, so what are the options? Fight, knife, fight. And Vicky is approving them. Right, so Jill, something's going wrong and I'm not sure why, but Vicky is approving your posts downstairs. So what would Mad Max do? Yes. Right, we're going to fight. So we're going to fight him with our knife. 48. Okay, 48. Gripping your knife tightly, you crouch down, waiting for the thug to make his move. Suddenly, he screams and leaps at you. Right, the thug is skill 7, stamina 10. Now, how much damage does fighting do? Use the hand fighting rules to resolve this combat. Both your knife and the thug's crowbar reduce stamina by 2 points. If you win, we get that, but if you fall unconscious, we get that. Okay, so we're on 48. See what I'm using as a bookmark? Pair of scissors. Why not? Because they were there. Okay, so this is a skill fight. So I'm on 10. It's on 7. We don't want to fire a rocket at it. Yeah, bring a knife to a crowbar fight. Okay, off we go. We're at +3. So I've rolled 6. +3 is 9. Yep, so that's done it. So he's down to... I'm going to use the tally system. Why am I rolling the silver dice? I don't need to roll the silver dice. Okay, next, round 2. Yep. Another 2 damage. Next. Yep, another 2 damage. Nice, easy fights to start with. Yep. 1, 2. And this is what I'm saying. If we'd have rolled skill 7, we could have been dead from the first fight. Yep. And that's it. We are done. Sorted him. If you win, turn to 138. See, if you get petrol from this would be quite cool. Check the hand fighting rules. You haven't done that and they are different. Oh, have I been doing it wrong? Oops. Let's have a look. Hand fighting. Roll 2 dice, add your opponent's skill score. Roll 2 dice, add your skill score. If your opponent's attack strength is higher than yours, you have been hit. If your attack strength is higher than theirs, you have hit them. If both attack strengths are the same, A successful hit causes injury represented by deductions from the injured party's stamina. A bare-handed punch reduces stamina by 1, but handheld weapons such as a baseball bat cause additional injuries as ruled. Start the next attack round. And continue until either you or your opponent has suffered the loss of 6 stamina points. If your opponent is the first to lose 6 stamina points, he or she will be knocked out and you will be able to continue your journey. Right, interesting. So you don't fight to the death. Thank you very much for that. If you are the first to lose 6 stamina points, you will be knocked out and you will learn your fate at the next reference you are sent to. Right, okay, so the fight actually ended once I'd done 6 damage. Okay, that's interesting. That's different. So yeah, we're done. Where were we? I've lost where I was. Oops. Right, I'm going to have to go back quickly. I've lost my page. Unless anybody knows the page. I'll try and find it again quickly. 34, 302, 48. Here we go. If you win, turn to 138. 138. Okay, you stagger back from the thug as he slumps to the floor. Just then, the girl starts up the engine of the hot rod. In a cloud of burning rubber, she screeches up the road. Aha, that's this. Onto the highway and is gone. So we can chase her or we can search the garage. What do you want us to do? Chase or search? Your choice. I know what I'd do. I need a better bookmark. Yes, I do. other than a pair of scissors. So yeah, the options are chase or search. Did anybody map these books out in their childhood? Yes, you had massive flowcharts with numbers. I did too, which is what I'm going to do tonight. I am going to really enjoy tonight. I'm going to sit downstairs, I'm going to have my dinner, I'm going to watch some TV, and I'm actually going to make a map for this because, yeah, back in my childhood, I made maps of these with numbers all over them and little icons, and I'm going to do that. Search, 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 which is exactly what I'd have done. So we're going to search the garage. You never know, we might find some petrol. Everything inside the garage is either broken or useless. The office and workshop are filled with rubbish and a thick layer of dust covers everything. The man and the girl must just use the place occasionally as a trap for unwary passers-by. The only item you find that might be of use is a heavy chain. You coil it up and pack it inside the Interceptor before driving off. Okay, so heavy chain. Heavy chain. Okay, there we go. Chris, fully mapped Forest of Doom. Yes. I mean, I definitely, obviously, mapped Warlock of Firetop Mountain because you needed to for that. But I also did have a map of Forest of Doom as well. Yeah, that's another one I want to go back to. Is Loki any better as a bookmark? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Right, okay, so we've done that. We found a heavy chain. No petrol, unfortunately. 167. Okay, now we have to fight the red Chevy. Okay, so yeah, we have this. This is the thing you always have to fight at this point in the adventure. And this is going to be tricky because it's got the same firepower as us. I think we're going to use a rocket this time. Yeah, we're just going to avoid this and use a rocket because we have so many rockets. I'm just going to skip this. So 188. Right, blah, 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 blah. Passing a security truck about all the money. What's this? Oh yeah, we get the radio message saying that the biker gang has kidnapped Sinclair. Right, okay, we are at our first junction. Now, in the past, in the 2 previous playthroughs, we went west, and that's where there was the bridge that we jumped over and all of that lot. What do you want to do this time? Do you want to go east or west? East or west? We haven't been east before, so I'm suspecting the chat might say east, but it's completely up to you. West is more known. East, 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 easy. Yeah, we're going east. I thought you would. So something new and different. We're going to go east. 3, 4, 1. Okay. 3, 4, 1. Right. Oh, you pass an ambulance parked off the road to your right, but see no signs of life. Do we want to stop and investigate the ambulance? If you want me to do that, put the word investigate in the chat. Might find some banana skins, yeah. Or do we want to keep driving east? So the two choices are investigate or drive. We've had those two choices before, but we're using the same thing again. So there's an ambulance, it's parked off the road to the right. We can either investigate it or we can keep driving east. So this is an ambulance. I'll just put a picture of a cross there. We have investigate, 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 ambulance icon, investigate, drive. Okay, unfortunately, Mark, you've been outvoted 8-1, I think. So, yeah, we are investigating. We're investigating the ambulance. Is it another trap? We will find out. 267. You park your Interceptor and walk back to the ambulance. The driver's cab is empty, although the ambulance looks as if it's been driven quite recently. Okay. So, do we want to open the rear door to look inside? If you want me to do that, put door. Or we can head back inside the Interceptor and head east. So, the options are door or back. Do we want to investigate the rear door to the ambulance and look inside, or just go back to the Interceptor? It is giving us another choice. Let's see what people think. Good. Mark is saying it smells super fishy, but everybody else is saying door, 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 back, door, door, door. Right. Well, if you're right, Mark, you can laugh at everybody else. I'm not firing a rocket at the ambulance. I'm inside the ambulance. Right. So we are going to open the rear door and look inside. You turn the handle and pull. An explosion, accompanied by a brilliant white flash and deafening noise, sends you reeling backwards. The door was booby-trapped. So, Mark, you were right. Roll 1 die and deduct the number from your stamina score. 3. Okay, so we've taken 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. The door hangs off its hinges, but there is nothing inside the ambulance. Its owner will probably be on his way now to see who he has caught. You feel too weak to reach the Interceptor and decide to crawl into hiding. If you wish to hide in the grass, 182, or hide under the ambulance. So the two choices are grass or ambulance. So we cannot climb back, we cannot crawl. Sorry, we can't go back to the Interceptor, even though we've only taken 3 damage out of 25. So we're going to have to crawl into hiding. Are we going to hide in the grass or hide under the ambulance? Never search an ambulance, says Mark. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for grass, 2 for ambulance. So it's 5, 3, I think. Oh, no, we got 4 for ambulance now. It's 5, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grass. It's 5, 5. Plus 1 for grass, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grass, 7 grass. Yeah, okay, grass has won it, just. So we're going to hide in the grass. 182. You crawl painfully into the tall grass and wait. Soon you hear the noise of approaching footsteps. Through the grass you see a scruffy man, gun in hand, standing only a few metres away. A cigar hangs out of the corner of his mouth, and around his head is tied a red headband. He is obviously the man who set the booby trap. Suddenly he sees your trail of blood leading into the grass. He turns and fires blindly into the grass. Test your luck. Okay, we were lucky, but luck goes down by 1. If you are lucky, turn to 227. The bullet thuds into the ground only 1 meter away. You immediately sit up and return fire. Okay, so the Highwayman is skill 8, stamina 12. Resolve the combat using the shooting rules, but reduce your skill by 1 point for the duration of the fight because of your injury. If you win, turn to 131, but reduce your skill permanently by 1 if you are shot more than once. Right. I like this. This has got some new, more thematic rules in there. So my skill for this fight is actually considered to be 9, which is only +1. And shooting combat is, I believe, a d6 for damage. Yes. Okay, right, off we go then. So we are at +1. Oh, yes, but only 2 damage. Sorry, only 1 damage. Okay. Let's try and shoot him again. Yes, again, but only another 1 damage. No, that's not a hit, but I only take 1 damage, but I've been shot once. We're not very good doing damage, are we, here? Okay, got him. 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. Don't want to get shot again. Oh, another 1 damage. That's evens. Yeah, because I'm at +1. So neither of us did any damage to the other one. Okay. Whew. Again, 6 versus 7, so nothing. Rolling terrible on this silver die. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so I've been hit for 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to drop my skill down now so that I don't forget. Rats, been shot twice. Okay, off we go. I'm angry now. Oh dear. Shot again. Thankfully it's only another 1 damage. This is not going well at all, is it? Right, 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Come on, just need 1 more hit for 3 damage and got him. No, I've been hit for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going terribly. I think I've been hit again. Yep, I've been hit again for 3. We might die here. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, this is really not good. My dice today are absolutely terrible. Yes, finally. Did it. Wow. Right, so out of combat, we need to use our med kits. What was it, 4 for each one? So I need to heal. I've taken 16. No, I've taken 18. So I'm going to use 4 med kits. We need to go and go buy some baby wipes, I think, from the shop. So yeah, 4 med kits. Or I might try and find a way of doing this electronically. That might work. It's kind of nice doing it old school, but it is a bit messy. Right, okay, so yeah. That was a bit of a tough fight. If you win, just about, turn to 131. 131. You search through the dead man's pockets and find 150 credits and a pair of knuckle dusters. Okay, 350. Nook. Dust. You pocket your findings and, when you feel strong enough, limp back to your Interceptor, wondering how long your medkit will last. You turn the ignition key and burn up the road, heading east, 22. So we know next time, listen to Mark. Don't stop at the ambulance. Right, 22. You flash past the road sign which shows a turning to the south immediately ahead. We can either go south or east. Answers in the chat. South or east. Embedded Google Doc. Yeah, there's probably something that I can do to get this up on screen, and then I could actually just make the map. It's just being able to have the chat up on screen at the same time. I'll have a think. I'll have a think about how we can do this bit a little bit nicer next time using some electronic things. But nothing beats the old school version. Yeah, you're right. I could just use pen and paper rather than this, because this is looking quite messy. iPad, could use an iPad. Yeah. Yeah, if I had a way of cleaning this off better. Yeah. And the problem is with using paper, yeah, I just need to put something underneath, because on this is a neoprene mat. Paper, drawing on paper, it would just keep going through. So I'd need to put the paper onto this. Anyway, what have we got? Listen to Mark or roll better. Yes. South, east, south, south, east, south, 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 east. I think. Oh, Mark's changing it to east. What does that mean then? South, east, south, south, east, south, south, south. So 6 for south, 3 for east. Yeah, it's south. We're going south. Right, okay. South, 311. Okay, so we've gone down there. We're now going down here. 311. A few miles down the road, you come to a small, crudely constructed wooden bridge which crosses the narrow river. There is a sign nailed to the bridge warning you not to cross the river. If you intend to drive across regardless, or we could turn around and go back to the last junction. What do we want to do? Private property, keep out. Are we going to drive across the bridge? If you want me to do that, say bridge. Or if you want to turn around and go back, put back. So it's either bridge or back. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting emergency supplies here. Okay, thank you very much. There we go. Right, thank you. So what, do I spray this on this? Don't spray on that. Right, okay. We'll see if this works. I've got to do a thing. Other brands of surface cleaner are available. This channel sponsored by Dettol Surface Cleanser and Jaffa Cakes. Oh no, it was open. Oh, that's a nice smell. Right, is this going to work? Oh, look at that. That's clean, isn't it? It's clean, but it's wet. So it's kind of just smudging it a bit more. Yeah, I need to wait for it to dry now. So we've taken 2 stamina damage. Anyway, how are we going with the... There we go. Looks a bit nicer. So what have we got? Right. Okay, Rick's message got held because he put a bridge icon in there. So I'm going to... It seems to be quite strict with the whole thing. So what have we got? We have... bridge, turn around, bridge, back, bridge, bridge, knock down the sign and cross. I guess that's bridge, 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 nail polish remover. Last time's bridge was broken, right? Yes, it was. Dry cloth, bridge, bridge. I think we're bridging it. Yeah, it's moderating a bridge icon. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You put a bridge icon and it moderated it. Okay, so we're going bridge. We're going to cross the bridge, ignore the sign, pretend we didn't see it. 229. Totally going to get shot. Totally going to set up some landmines. 229. You crawl onto the bridge, steering carefully to avoid the wheels coming off the two main beams. Suddenly there is a loud explosion. Someone has detonated the bridge, sending the Interceptor crashing into the river below. You have failed in your mission. Right, we're dead, and it's 5 to 7. So, I was going to play for about an hour tonight, and there we go. This is one of those moments in the game where the choice is an instant death. So we know, next time we play, not to do that. This is very much like Time Stories. The more you replay it, and Time Stories got criticised because you have to replay it, and each time you replay it, you learn from your mistakes, and then you sort of fast forward through. And this has exactly the same sort of thing. So there we go. Bye car. We are done. This was enjoyable again. Now, I did say that I was going to come back on Wednesday night and do something else, and I wasn't sure what. So if it is okay with everybody else, I will do this again on Wednesday. Same time, same place. Wednesday, 6 p.m. We'll go again. Okay? I am going to look at doing this possibly on paper or possibly electronically. I'm going to do a map tonight, so we know where we are, and I'm going to make some notes on the map of things that we've learned and things that we've done along the way. But if it's the same people in the chat next time, we will know. I'm tempted next time that we should go east again, avoid the ambulance, avoid the bridge, because we've kind of been west. We've seen that bit. So I think maybe explore to the east. This is going to take many playthroughs, but if you're happy for me to carry on playing it, I will carry on playing it until we actually succeed. Unless, of course, we fail due to bad dice rolls. I'll also look at this, and if you've got any other suggestions for me on what I should do, should I use the fixed middle value for each of them? Should I use some kind of point system? Should we use the 3 dice and take the middle one? Yeah, we can talk about this on the Slack channel. But yeah, let me know what you want me to do. It's girlfriend's birthday on Wednesday, so we'll see. Yes, you can always watch it later, but then, of course, shouting at the screen isn't going to work for the choices. Text overlay for this. Yeah, as I say, there's definitely something I could do. It's just I would have to have it up on screen. So, for example, I'll show you now, just before I disappear. I would have Notepad on screen, and I would have skill 10, right, and then that would be 9. I'd have stamina, I'd have 28, and I'd have, you know, I've taken 2 damage, so that would be 26, and then I'd have luck, 10, and then 9, right? I'd have something like that on screen, and I would have it on my screen so that I could see it. And then what I'd do is I would add screen capture, window capture, notepad, right? It'd be like that. So I'd have that on screen there so you could see it. And I can make it a little bit nicer. I can actually chop off that so it doesn't actually then look like notepad. You know, I can trim the edges like that, for example. And then I would modify it on here. So if I took 2 damage, I could do that. So yeah, we could do something like that. Yeah, using Notepad is possibly more old school than using pen and paper. I'm not sure. And you know, I could do this for other things. So I could have the rockets on here for the credits. I could have, like, what we got now. We got 350. So yeah, I can use that instead of this, which might actually be, yeah, it might actually be a bit better. So we'll look at doing that next time. But anyway, thank you to everybody for joining me live today. And if you are watching this afterwards, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, being live means that you can take part in the story and influence the decisions that we make. But yeah, many people watch these videos afterwards. This video and a lot of the other content that I'm making is obviously not sponsored. This is made possible through the support of the Patreon campaign. Most of the people in the chat are Patreon supporters of mine, so thank you very much. And they basically have an influence on what I decide to do on the channel. And at the moment, I think you want me to stop doing everything else and just play these books. I think that's the clear message I'm getting from you. But I'm really enjoying them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Right, that's everything for today. I will be back on Wednesday, 6 o'clock, for the next part of this. I will see you then. Cheers, everyone. Good night.
proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.